Hello people, welcome back to my channel. This is Sew with Pivots. So today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful short with band in front and then elastic at the back. So enjoy as you watch. We'll be making this tutorial for an 8 to 9 year old. Enjoy. To make this, I made use of 1.5 yards of fabric for the top and the shorts. So I'll get my fabric piece, fold it into two. Then I'm trying to draw my starting line, so I just left 1/2 inch. So I'll be making use of 1.5 inches band, and my short length is 16 inches plus 2 inches for hemming. I have 18.5. I placed my tape from 1.5 and I measured 18 inches. I also went ahead to mark the 16 inches, which is my short length. I trimmed off the excess. And then I'll go ahead to fold in my hemming allowance. The next thing I'll do is to get my crouch line. For me, I simply use my hips measurement divided by 4, which is 32 divided by 4 give me 8. And I added 2 inches, which is 10 inches. So I'll measure my 10 inches and then draw a straight line. I'll go ahead to place my hips measurement divided by 4, which is 8 inches. I'll place it on the waistline because we are using elastic. If we were to be using just a normal band, I would have used just my waist, but we're using elastic. So I also went ahead to place the 8 inches on the crouch line, and then I connect a straight line. This is what we have. So I'll take my crouch extension of 2 inches. And then I'll just connect it in a slight C shape like this, a slight curve. For my hemline, I use 18 inches divided by 2, which is 9 inches. I measured it a bit loose, so I have 9 inches. So I'll connect it like this. So we cut it. So this is what we have. Now for our back piece, we get a fabric, fold it into two. Then from the top, I measured out 1.5 inches. Then I'll start my measurement from that line. I'll just measure out 1.5 inches, then just roll it into a straight line. So I'll go ahead to place my front measurement on the back piece, starting from that line I rolled. And then I'll extend my crouch line by 2 inches again. Want the back to lap because of the bum bum. So I extended it by 2 inches. Then I went ahead to add 2 inches allowance on this side. Everywhere on this side, I added 2 inches allowance. Just watch. So we go ahead and connect. So at this point, we go up by 1.5 inches. This is still so that it can accommodate the bum bum and so that it won't be a low waist short. So we connect it in a slanted line back to the waistline. So we can go ahead and cut. Okay, this is it. So it's mainly for us to cut our waistline. I want you to see that area very well. You see how I'll be cutting it in a slanted form. Now for us to work on the pocket, we're going to get our front piece. Then is my front piece. So I will come in by 3 inches inward here, 3 inches inward. Then I will go down by 6 inches. You can go down by 6.5. I went down by 6 inches. So I'll connect it in a slanted form. And then cut it out. For the pocket piece, now I went ahead to get this fabric which measures 7 inches by 8 inches, and I have 4 pieces of this. So I'll take out 2 pieces for the front, 2 pieces for the back. So now I want to work on the 2 pieces for the front. So I'll get it, then I'll place my front piece, my front short piece on it, and then cut out that pocket side. So this is what we have. So this is the other 2 piece for the pocket. So we'll place this other one we cut on it, and then we're going to sew it. So let's take it to the fabric and then let's do it so that you see what it looks like. So I'll get my front bodies like this. Now this is the front side of my front bodies. Then I'll face the front part of the pocket piece on it. right side, facing right side. Then I'll just sew on this line. After sewing, I went ahead to also top stitch so that to just stay in place. So I did this for the two piece, and this is what we have. Can you see it? I sewed it and also top stitched so it to just stay in place. So I'll go ahead to bring the other piece for the back. I'll place it on it like this. Then I'll sew up this remaining edge, leaving just the waist side. I'll sew here, here, and here. So this is what we have after sewing it. Okay, let's turn it and see what it looks like at the front. And this is it. Isn't it beautiful? Please, if you're enjoying this tutorial up to this point, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, let's continue. So I'll place my two front piece together and then sew up that crouch line, that crouch there. I also went ahead to sew the back crouch line together. So we'll bring the two pieces together like this. We sew up the sides. So I'll go ahead now to match up the sides and then sew it. For me, I prefer sewing from the crouch to the end, from those the point that middle place down, then from that place down too, so that it will just match. But any way you can do it, just make sure it matches. And this is what we have. So I'll go ahead to fold on my 2 inches allowance and finish up the hemline. This my pocket piece has been dangling around since, so I just went ahead to hold it up with the fabric, with the main piece, and then I just sewed it up so that it will just lap and stay in place and allow me work on the band. Okay, so I went ahead to hold my fabric like this into to measure the waist line. So whatever measurement I get, I'll multiply by 2. You understand? Because I'm holding it in 2. So I got 16 inches times 2 is what? 32 inches. So I'll add 1 inch for cutting the band. That means I'm cutting the band on 33 inches. And the width of this band is 4 inches. When we fold it into 2, it will be what? 2 inches. By the time we finish sewing, we'll be having what? 1.5 inches. So I brought my band piece like this together and then sewed it on 1/2 inch allowance here. So I'll fix in the band like this and then I'll sew it all round. And this is what we have. Okay, so this is it. Now on this joining line, I went ahead to mark it on the band. That's, I want to mark where my back is starting from on the band, and that is where I'm going to sew my elastic on those two lines I marked. So I'll measure what I have there so that I will know what I'm cutting on my elastic. When I measured, I had about 20 inches here. So I went ahead to deduct 6 inches. You can deduct 5 to 6 inches from your band. So that means the band length I used is what? 14 inches. You know, and I made use of a 1 inch elastic. Okay, so I went ahead to turn this to the back. Okay, then I'll get that line where I marked. I pinned this up on the two sides and then I sewed it. After sewing it, you fold your band by ½ inch and then fold it to overlap like this. And then you finish up the waistline all round. So this is what we have. You can simply say you are done, but if you want to add a little effigy to the back, you can decide to just run a straight stitch on the elastic, and you can decide to leave it as well, so it's your choice. So I went ahead to run a stitch on it, and this is what we have. This tutorial, this short, is as simple as ABC. We are done. We are simply done. Can you see our pockets? Can you see our band? Wow. Please, if you enjoyed this tutorial up to this point, please don't forget to give me a like. Please subscribe to my channel so that it will reach more people, and don't forget to share it. Okay, so let's put it on a body form and see what it looks like. And voila, this is what it looks like. This is it. This is our front view. And this is the back view. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial up to this point. I love you all.